finished eating y'all potato salad with raisins and eating your hot dogs on that white bread, let's talk about some blackness, okay? Girl from Runaway. We have culture, conversation, and community. And in today's video, I'm coming to you all with a review of a video or a show, a documentary. That's what I'm looking for. A documentary that aired on Hulu, I believe on Friday. And it's called Summer of Soul. In the Harlem. Now, usually I come to y'all with like scripted series, a little yang around the house, but I was really adamant about making a video about this because y'all, this has really touched me. And I know that it's going to touch a few people that are out there that watch the channel. So if you're new, hi, I'm Jeray, a girl Runaway. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. I greatly appreciate it. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Questlove's production of Summer of Soul. So basically, the Summer of Soul was a music festival that happened in the heart of Harlem, Mount Morris Park, okay? And this happened in the summer of 1969, the same summer of Woodstock. All right, so everybody knows about Woodstock. We heard about it, we've seen it. You know, there are so many references about Woodstock and popular culture. Even if you don't really know what it is, you kind of know what it is. So they are dubbing this Summer of Soul as the Black Woodstock. And the reason why they dubbed it that, girl, this lash is going to blow me this entire video. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Please, watch my other videos. It's less ghetto. Maybe not. Maybe don't watch my other videos. They're probably more ghetto. Oh, sorry. Let me stop using the word ghetto. We're saying trailer park these days. It's giving me very much trailer park. Basically, they dubbed it the Black Woodstock because people who owned, I guess, the rights of the show were trying to market it to people, distribution companies who wanted to kind of make a couple of coins off of it because it was huge. It was a music festival that happened for 6 consecutive weekends out of the summer. So this kind of came about by a fella named Tony Lawrence, and I'm going to insert some pictures on the screen so you can kind of have a visual. He was sort of a savior of like making dopes happen. He was known in the hoods. He was known with the politics. He was kind of like a jack of all trades kind of guy who knew what needed to be done. And he was kind of like out on a limb. Like he was making promises upon promises based on if one artist signed up, then the other artist would sign up. And in the long run, he had put on a production that kind of was something that was, one, never seen before, and then two, allowed 300,000 black people, do you hear what I'm saying, black people, to enjoy a free music concert in the heart of Harlem. All right, so why is this so important, right? Why is it so big? In 1969, black folks were tired. Okay, black folks were emotionally beat up, spiritually beat up, and definitely financially overlooked. There was so much poverty that was going on throughout the country, and then more specifically in inner city where there were black and brown bodies. Okay, we all know that how overpopulated Harlem was, and even with the overpopulation, there still wasn't enough opportunities and jobs. And let's not mention the civil rights movement that was going on. Okay, so this concert happened in 1969. Kennedy was assassinated in 63. Malcolm was assassinated in 65. And Dr. Martin Luther King was just assassinated in 68. And a lot of people are speculating that this concert had to happen because people were about to burn shit down. Okay, so it's like, let's get these black folks something to do, something to take their mind off of. And it was funded by, not funded, but supported or endorsed by the mayor at the time. I think his name was Lindsay. He was a tall, white, charismatic guy who definitely seemed comfortable around black people, and he was kind of one of the guys, or one of the Soul Brothers, in the terms of they were using back in those days. He, essentially supported and gave all of the approvals and permits for this to happen in Morris Park. So basically, Mayor Lindsay was with the shits. And not only was he with the shits, we understood again that this was a very tumultuous time in America. Essentially, white America was at its prime, baby, with the systemic racism, with the oppression of black people. War veterans from the Vietnam War were just coming back home. And basically the inner cities were still their battleground, because then we had the whole heroin epidemic, people trying to deal with PTSD, not necessarily getting the treatment that they needed. Then also coming back after risking your lives, to come back into this environment where you're now treated again like a second class citizen. One of the guys who, because they interviewed people who actually attended this free concert, or free festival, we should say, it was a music festival, and he said that Black American soldiers that were in the Vietnam War said that the going rate was like, the longest they would last was like 16.4 seconds. You feel what I'm saying? So to go in from a situation like this and then to come back into an environment where you're impoverished, overlooked, underpaid, and things of that nature. So again, I'm trying to give you the setting of what the time frame was like during that time period and what Black people were actually facing and up against. This is why it's so important for me, as a Black woman who is, you know, has a whole Black family of my own, to pay homage and to understand what the plight was of people before me was. So again, while y'all were out, you know, with y'all white Wonder Bread celebrating the 4th of July, newsflash, Black people were still enslaved July 4th, 1776. I instead, you know, enjoyed a celebration in a different way. It's just celebrating me, celebrating people before me. And this was a way to do that. It was literally like rows and rows and rows. Again, this was the first time Black people had seen so many Black people in one area, okay? Enjoying themselves, not having any issues, all right? And let's not even talk about some of the musical guests, okay? We have Stevie Wonder in his prime, who was 19 when he performed there. Roy Ayers, Shaka Khan, but they also had like people like Mahalia Jackson. If you don't know who Mahalia is, I'm sure you've heard of her at some point, because again, the references in popular culture. She was one of the very famous gospel singers who Dr. Martin Luther King loved. He loved her voice. He called her voice the national treasure, if I'm not mistaken, or if he didn't say it, I'm saying it. But the point I'm trying to make is these were some of the greats, some of our greats. And I've always heard of her, but I've never seen like a picture of her. Well, I've seen a picture, but I've never seen her live in action. To see these great Black people in live, in color, in the 60s, okay, almost the 70s. And again, going back to the time frame, this video will be all over the place, girl. This is a little bit informal, but here we go. Black people were moving from being called colored and Negro into Black. Okay, so there was a time frame in this country where being called Black was an offensive word. Negro was the preferred way of being called a person of color. Believe it or not, girl. So we were moving from being called Negro to now self-declaring, no, I'm Black. And this is where you have the emergence of the Afro, you have the emergence of the dashikis, and going back to our African roots and stepping away from the Eurocentric European beauty standards in a sense, and we were going natural. We were done, we were tired, we didn't have all of our great leaders killed and shot and murked and stuff, and now we were reclaiming who we are. One of the cool things about this film was the Black Panther Party was actually the security for the festival. Like, girl, I'm not gonna make this video super long, y'all, but it has so many good moments, feel good moments. This is definitely a film that you want to watch with your family, maybe by yourself. If you're anything like me, I am a documentary buff, okay? I'm a crime buff and a documentary buff. Love the two of them, and especially when they're together, girl. Okay, so give this film a chance. It's called Summer of Soul. It's based on the musical festival that happens in the summer of '69 in Harlem. And one of the not surprising but very realistic things that happened was nobody knew about this concert. The reason why they dubbed it the Black Woodstock was because, again, they were looking for distribution for this film, essentially, and nobody wanted it. So this is an opportunity and a chance to revisit the past in a sense. And yes, it was important. Yes, we want to see what happened. And when you guys see these rows and rows and rows of Black people, sea of Black people, I can't remember in my lifetime when I saw so many Black people in harmony together like that. We see Black people come together for we even see we can't even enjoy like Black music in this Black music or whatever that is, our music, our popular music, and fully be Black, because music is so integrated nowadays. So it was definitely a joy and a treat to watch, especially over this holiday 4th of July weekend, girl. You check the film out, you know, Let me know what you think about it. I'm interested to know what you think. If you have watched it already, let me know what your favorite parts was. I mean, for me, it was definitely Nina Simone. That's my girl. Some of the interviews of the people who actually attended, you know, seeing the artists reflect on their performance as well was a really good treat. Questlove outdone himself with this one. Um, I'm not going to tuck your head off because y'all know I can. But I wanted to come to y'all with a real quick treat and a real quick video to check out with you and your black family, okay? After yesterday's celebration of a holiday that really meant nothing to you and for your people. Anyways, let me get up off that. Give this video a thumbs up if you like, you know what I mean? If you like this kind of quick commentary, lets me know that you're interested. Also, consider subscribing. It's free, and I'd love to have you over here, okay? As always, I'm sending you much love and much light, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.